the near corner. Myles McCauley picks it up for Dayton. Goes from Marks towards his left. Turnover. Here's Alonzo deep in the slot, and Mahfouz puts it away. Alonzo feeds Mahfouz with 12:06 to go in the first, and Port Huron takes a 1-0 lead with Ahmed Mahfouz scoring his 20th goal in his 32nd game. And Justin Alonzo picks up his 80th point on the season with his 52nd assist. It's 1-0 Port Huron, and the Prowler fans making their noises heard in section 21 with a bell after Mahfouz puts it past St. Pierre, and it's the Prowlers leading 1-0. Mahfouz with his 20th in his 32nd game. Pace Jr. back out in the neutral zone. Myles McCauley with Marks towards his right, goes straight ahead for Timar. Here's Giroux, loose puck recovery, skating around Falco, and score! Giroux had the loose puck recovery around the far boards. Then he took it towards the cage of Andy DiCristofaro for Dayton's fourth shot on the Port Huron goalie on the night. But it's Giroux tying things up. Giroux scores his 7th Dayton goal in his 15th game and his 14th on the year, previously spending some time with the Brewster Bulldogs. And we have a tie game at 1 with 6:48 remaining in our first period. Cory Giroux ties it up for Dayton. Finds Uhnak. Uhnak now rolling forward out of the reach of Dolman, and it is not icing as Dolman trying to take it around the house, looking for Vanwynsberghe. Score! Dayton takes their first lead of the night, 2-1 with 4:47 to go in the first period. And I believe somewhere in the neutral zone that hit off one stick or two. And that's why it wasn't icing as Dolman takes it, gets the loose puck around the far corner, sweeps it away, and that bounces past Andy DiCristofaro. And Port Huron has their first deficit of the game, trailing by 1, but Port Huron out shooting Dayton 12-5. In front of St. Pierre. Finding Harrison on the relay, straight ahead. Lamoureux unable to take that pass. It should be icing. It's not icing. There's Giroux and score! Pass looking for Jacques Lamoureux. Stop me if you heard this one before. Off the inboards. And it comes back to Giroux, who puts it up and in, and Port Huron has surrendered the lead rather quickly and now find themselves down by 2. It's 3-1 Dayton, 4:11 to go in the first. But a beautiful setup for Ahmed Mahfouz. Now here's Fuller between the points, going on a one-timer, does not get to Joe St. Pierre, and Alonzo finishes the job. Score for Alonzo, he flicks it on in past St. Pierre, and Dayton's lead was standing at 2. Now it's a 3-2 Dayton lead with 3:29 to go in period number 1. So 5 goals for them in a span of about 4.5 minutes as Dayton tied up at the 13-12 mark. And then Dolman gave Dayton the lead for the first time tonight at the 15-13 mark. Another goal for Dayton, Cory Giroux second. And there Alonzo, he gets his second point tonight and his first goal. And now it's a 3-2 Dayton lead by 3:29 to go in the first period. For Alonzo, by the way, that's goal number 29 and his 48th. McCauley keeps it in for Dayton on the red line. Around the far corner, almost in, and Timar puts it on home! Timar scores his second Dayton goal in the season, and that was the worst time to try to act brave. That puck bounced off the end boards. DiCristofaro thought it was going to come around the corner, but it finds its way as DiCristofaro did all he could to Flurry back in front of the pipe. So here's Ryan Timar, open net, sure thing. Ryan Timar, his second goal in his 20th game. Dayton 4, Port Huron 2, 13:27 to go in the second. First goal of the second period, and it's Dayton's as they put themselves back up by 2. Ryan Timar, also assistant coach for Beaver Creek High School hockey, he puts in his second. He'll bat one. Vanwynsberghe holds in the pass. Goes for McCauley. 1 second. Here's Harrison. Full strength. Hicks is out of the box. And there's Dolman. Score! Just as the 5-on-4 expired for Dayton, there's the Charger once more deep in the slot. Give him the puck, and he won't let you down. It's Michael Dolman. He's got 2. He's got 22 in the year with Dayton. As tensions start to mount on the Port Huron bench, couple slam doors, and some frustration mounting. 4 3/4 left in the second. Dayton now has a 5-2 lead against the Port Huron Prowlers in the last meetup here at Hare Arena this 2015-2016 regular season. Here's Marks for our corner as Harrison collide. Try saying that 5 times fast. Timar past the red line, Giroux trailing. Here's Timar near face-off circle. Score! Lamoureux! Now takes a 6-2 lead. 2 goals in this period, 3 goals in this period for the Demolition with 3:05 to go in the second. Just crashing right at the net, and it will bounce on past Andy DiCristofaro. And Port Huron has himself a 4-goal deficit late in the second. The shots on goal, by the way, they have a 27-21 mark. Dayton does. As Dayton has outshot the Prowlers 13-5 in this juncture. 3:05 remains in the second. Dayton's lead now at 6-2. Versus Robert Vanwynsberghe, and here Michael Dolman scraps against Ryan Devine. Here we go, fight center ice, 3 seconds gone. There's a right-hand bump by Devine. Michael Dolman, the Charger, he's looking to take down Ryan Devine. Devine's got him in a grab, however, but Michael Dolman almost slipping out of it. Dolman getting punched in the back of the head, and now his helmet comes off. Devine still going at him as the linesman trying to free him away, and it looks like the fight between Ryan Devine and Michael Dolman is done. Devine will go in the box. Michael Dolman will go in the box for Dayton. As Devine knocked off the helmet of Michael Dolman with a couple of the back punches. And Dolman's gloves fed into him in the box. So both gentlemen will sit 5 minutes after the 14:57 to go mark. Those gentlemen can come out at the next stop. So we'll drop it center ice one more time to start the third period. 3 seconds gone. Shots on goal favor Dayton 28-25. McCauley, he's now got 3 assists on the game as Cory barges his way past Devine. Here comes Witzel. Now Townsend unable to cane that pass away. Witzel looks for loose puck as Townsend ran into the near boards and will have a fight. Ryan Devine now going for Brad Townsend. Townsend, he's a tough physical forward. He's got Ryan Devine trapped at the collar of the jersey. Devine, however, still managing a couple of fists right at the chin of Townsend. Townsend's had enough, and Townsend looks to scrap some more. Devine in his second fight with 13:06 to go in the third. Devine held back. He's got his hands held up, and Brad Townsend says, "You want some more 12? And Devine goes in the sin bin. Same with Brad Townsend. They'll serve 5. Devine 5 more minutes for another fight. And Mahfouz now asking the referee about something. Alonzo gets the stick. And Mahfouz rubs the head of one of the attendees in the visiting sin bin. Roger Daguna now going in too. Witzel skating away from the sin bin. Daguna in front of the sin bin. Mahfouz rubbing the head of Ryan Devine. Thought it was the attendee of the sin bin, but no, that's not the case. And Mahfouz looked like he just got chucked out of here. Ahmed Mahfouz makes his way towards the locker rooms. He puts a puck into the net of Joe St. Pierre. But don't worry, that won't count as we have a piling of bodies at the referee crease. Mahfouz has just been escorted off the ice with 13:06 to go in the third. 6-2 Dayton towards the left. Lamoureux bringing it closer to DiCristofaro. Now open back out between the points. McCauley trying to go ahead from Marks, but Len Pelchet's right on top of it. Lamoureux, Uhnak, score! 28 sure is great for Martin Uhnak. That's the goal he just scored in his 50th game, giving Dayton a 5-goal lead over the Port Huron Prowlers with 12:06 to go in the third. And Dayton has just scored their 46th power play goal on the season. Still fourth place in the league with power play goals scored. Now 2 behind Brewster for third. Port Huron with 50 of them. Danbury with 51. Off the side to DiCristofaro. Vanwynsberghe gives no more chase. Final score. The Dayton Demolition take down the Port Huron Prowlers 7-2. Dayton with the win improves to 19-26-5. Port Huron falls to 32-17-1 on the season. As Dayton goes back on the road, starting tomorrow at Danbury at 7:35 at the Danbury Ice Arena. As Dayton makes her way towards center ice, sticks will be flying high in the air. These boys love their fans. These fans love these boys. As Dayton puts another 7 goals on the board. They have scored 14 of the last 2 home games while giving up 6 goals in those 2 games. Dayton will increase their lead on 4th place with the W. As the sticks go up, St. Pierre picks up his 7th win on the season. And your 3 stars are as follows. Cory, Giroux, Joe St. Pierre, the last to lead the line. And looks like Giroux will be interviewing Doug Brown as he is the top star of the game. St. Pierre exchanges a high five with his goalie stick with a fan in section 37. And we'll take it down to Doug Brown on the ice. Here we go.
Here with the star of the game, Cory. 2 goals and an assist. Got to be happy with that.
Yeah, you really can't ask for much more. Play with Lamoureux and Timar there. It's easy to get points like that. You know, you just go in the right place, and they'll give you the puck.
You got a lot of momentum going over to Danbury tomorrow, right?
Oh, yeah, and we the way we played against them last weekend, I don't think this weekend will be any different.
Cory Giroux, your star of the game. Now we're here with the head coach, Joe Pace. Got to be happy with the way the guys played the second, third period.
The guys played very hard. They played disciplined, and they backed each other up, and they played as a team. It was nice to see that.
Is this team peaking at the right time?
You tell me.
I think so.
You know what? They're a great group of guys. They have great personalities. They're great to be around, and they're great to stand on the bench and to coach. I mean, I couldn't ask for a better group of guys.
Well, you got a nice long trip over to Danbury. What do you got in store for those guys? Before you stop at Danbury, you got to get some pasta for the guys, right?
The pasta's already ordered. It'll be at the hotel at 1 o'clock.
Joe Pace, the head coach of your Dayton Pro Hockey team. Let's make some noise for these guys, all right?
And Doug Brown with the interviews. And we'll take you to the Premier Health postgame show after this. Dayton wins it in regulation 7-2 against Port Huron here on the Dayton Demolition Broadcasting Network.